Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to XP11. Apologies for slight delayed had a few minor technical issues earlier on, but everything's to be sorted now, and we're in XP flying the Boeing 737-800 from here in London Stansted to Billund in Denmark. So it's about an hour and 35 minutes of flight time today. Currently at the Stansted Airport, currently at the southern part of the airport. We'll jump cockpit, Takeoff up, and prepare ourselves for our flights today. Yeah, make sure everything's set up properly as well. Make sure it's all set. As my stream, well, the whole thing's been a bit messy this morning. Hopefully, though, it's all going live. Any problems? Yeah, looking good. Right, jump cockpit. Let's set the aircraft up. So first things first, we'll activate the batteries and external and emergency lights. Ground power comes on. Sets the two IRS switches to nav, activate the electrics, activates the window heats and probe heats. We are going to not activate the fuel pumps yet, need to fill the aircraft up, make sure all the bleeds are switched off at the moment since there's not really no power going through the aircraft. Activate the anti-collision lights, no need for strobe lights, daytime, no need for logo lights. And that should be the next one set up ready for us to go. Right, jump down now to the FMS. We'll start the IRS alignment since that'll take a couple of minutes. So country Echo Golf Sierra Sierra. And our stand right now is 6-2 left. So align the IRS. We'll take that from the GPS. Head to the route page. And here's up on departure and arrival. Before we do that, we will load up PACX, get the passengers on board. So departing from Stansted, going to Billund, FR5178, cruising at 37,000 feet. Flight time 1 hour 10. Departure in approximately, so departing at quarter past 10 UK time. Sim we set a few hours back, so it's a bit of daytime, but hey ho. Well, given that there's no 737 on Oracle Flight Sim, Bork Clash King, we're in an X-Plane. Like I said, I do like X-Plane. It's a very good little platform. This I do enjoy it. 25 minutes flying a 737-800 with a passenger count of 169 as set by PACX. There's no Wi-Fi, no entertainment. We have got Boeing music for Ryanair. I do adore this track, so we'll be using that. Have got a safe briefing for Ryanair as per standard. We get snacks. We don't get meal service. And with that, let's start boarding. So I do adore the Ryanair boarding music, so I'll definitely be having a moment to jam into that. That's my departure, and our arrival, which is Echo Kilo Bravo India. In fact, just for the sake of it, so we're going to increase the volume ever so slightly on the boarding music here. There we go. Right, so you're off in India. Flight number today is FR5178. And head to the next page. We'll go to our waypoints. Our first waypoint today is going to be Charlie Lima November, Hampton. From there we fly the Papa 44 to Somva. Then we fly direct to Mavas, direct to Legpi, where we then fly the November 873 to Tuska. Next page. From Tuska we fly direct to Gelba. And then that is another flight plan. So activate that, execute that, flight plan complete. We are now going to head over to the done the routes and performance. Right, performance. So select the 048 and centre of gravity. We'll quickly do the fuel now as well. So head over to ground services, head over to the now this works. So wait fuel balance, head over to payloads. Our total payload on board the aircraft today is 17.6. Enter that. So max now automatically add passengers and weights and everything is required. Head back. You want to head over to the fuel. 7.6, 0 set, and fuel on board today is required is 6232. Round it up a bit, 6250. So again, fueling's never exact, so we always add a little bit of balance in there. Right, so we'll head back to the main screen there. We'll pull the fuel truck over, so now start fueling the aircraft up. Payload's already set, that's already set to 70.6. Therefore, total takeoff weight is 66.734. So I'll reset that. Reserves today is currently set to 0.3. Our cost index today is going to be 12. Cruising altitude at flight level 370, 37,000 feet. Cruising winds 246 at 13. Execute that. Transition altitude, that is 6,000. Although while I'm here, I grab my charts from Navigraph. Load up our routes. And make sure I've got our departure set. So as it stands, I'm expecting runway 22 on the Hampton 1 Echo departure. We'll listen to ATIS, we'll get all the information from Tower shortly. If they change it, they can change it. As far as I'm aware, it's Charlie November 1 Echo departure. So transition 6,000, initial climb will be 6,000. Cool. M on limits. Set that, and takeoff. We'll be using flaps 10, I believe. Yeah, flaps 10 for takeoff. Centre gravity set. So our V's will be V1 136, rotate 138, and V2 of 146. Trim sets to 3.25.
Bin is full after you put your carry-on inside of it. Please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away,
there we go. There we go. Right, so set up our flight plan, set up our routing. Just waiting now for the RS to align. That'll be done in about 2 minutes. It's fine. Let's listen to the ATIS and let's get our weather information for departure today.
But we do ask that laptops, tablets, and any other larger electronic devices are stowed once you depart. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Winds 280, visibility 10 kilometers, light rain, at 9 knots, temperature 3 degrees Celsius, dew point unknown, altimeter 0986, scattered variable clouds at 2,000 feet, 250 to 320, scattered clouds at 3,600 feet.
Cool, so that's information Bravo. Departure runway is 22, as set. Transition altitude 6,000. Connection 9986, quite a low bit of pressure this evening. Alright, back to our departure. So expecting runway 22 on the Clancy 1 Echo departure. We'll tune to ground frequency now. We'll get our clearance and then we'll get confirmed by a tower as well. So we need to tune to 121.730. Hello there, Stansted grounds. This is Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey at stand 62 left with information Bravo requesting clearance to Billund. I'm just going to wait for the AT there to reply to us. Stansted ground, Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey.
Ryanair 850, hello, Stansted ground, visibility 0, I'll get you a start rate to check your mic.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey, ready for clearance. How do I display multiple aircraft? I mean, it's just, there's commonality between a lot of aircrafts. Hang on. Stands to the grounds, we're in at 8 Whiskey.
850, visibility 0.
Readability 0? Hang on, what's going on with my own settings then? Right, give me 2 seconds, my audio is slightly messed up apparently. How are you guys hearing me on your end? Is my audio clear? Properties, make sure it's all correct. Interesting, okay, so sound good on stream, issued a sim, interesting.
Ryanair.
Alright, so let's try that.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey, you're still, I still can't hear you. Let me just log off and then log back on to make sure there's nothing on my end. Stand by.
1 hour.
Okay, so you're going to reconnect.
9 minutes.
You've still got plenty of time for the pre-flight and boarding. In fact, pre-flight has already boarded. In terms of layout, I have spent a bit of time editing the PACX 738 to match the Ryanair interior, so you have got your proper 24 rows, I think it is. Sorry, 26 rows. 3 row tree seating, extra at the front there, galley, seating, that kind of stuff. Took a bit of time to set up, but overall, a very realistic creation of Ryanair interior there. Right, okay, so the issue was the ATC there, so they're reconnecting, hopefully about, well, a minute or two they'll be able to sort us out. It's about 16 minutes on the ground, not like we're going to be super late or anything. Aircraft's refueled, so we might as well start the APU now. Airplane's fuel tank's active. APU starts. Worst comes to worst, we'll just contact Tower, get our clearance from them instead. Hello, Census Ground, Ryanair 8 Whiskey. Ryanair Ground, Ryanair, Census Ground, Ryanair 8 Whiskey.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey, hello, this is 5 now, go ahead.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey, stand 62 left type Boeing 738 with information Bravo requesting clearance to Billund. There we go.
Roger, Ryanair 8 Whiskey, you're clear to destination, Clangston 1 Echo departure, only 22, the squawk 4460.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey is cleared to destination Billund via the Clangston 1 Echo departure at runway 22, squawking 4460.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey, the route back is correct, call me when ready for position start.
4460. Ready contact when ready for position start, that's fine. Confirm our departure as well on the FMS there, so let's do that. Done our performance, got our rotate speed, which that's all set as well. So if I go over to my takeoff, rotate 138, so I'll set 138 to the speed indicator here. Initial time 6,000, so scroll down to 6,000. Turn up the brightness of that, I'm trying to remember where that is actually. That's on the lower pedestal back here.
Roger, you're clear to destination. Tungsten 1 active approaches and a 2-2.
APU is active, so it activates the APU bleed. Sorry, APU generators and APU bleeds. Disconnect from ground power. And activates the rest of our fuel pumps. Don't think we have anything on the centre tank. No, the centre is empty, so we need those two off for now. Good damper active. At this point, as passengers have boarded, we can now close the exits and secure the aircraft ready for departure. So, track the airstairs, ground services, get all the vehicles now to drive away. Close all doors. Disconnect the GPU. We'll leave the chocks in place though, since it's not quite ready to push and start. Right this up. I never remember where the lighting panel is for the autopilot unit here. I'm sure I'll figure it out at some point when we're in the air. Apart from that though, we are now ready for push and start. Not sure about you sent comments there, DeLorean. Although I'm not using VATSIM, I'm using IVAO. So, if you can't hear me, you're on the wrong network. Right. So we've done that, got our clearance sets. We are now ready for push and start. AP is running, activates the beacon lights. Just gotta go and get it ready for push and start. Set that to both. Strobe lights out for now. Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey, stand 6-2 left, ready for push and starts. Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey, stand 6-2 left, ready for push and starts. You need to speak louder. Say again, Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey. Alright, I'm going to Stansted Tower. Hello Stansted Tower, Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey, stand 6-2 left. Ground is currently unresponsive. We are requesting push and start.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey, roger, all two, thank you. Push and start approved, facing north, QNH 0985.
Push start approved, facing north, QNH 0985 for Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey, thank you very much. It's much more like it, much more like it. AP bleeds active, aircraft ready for push and start. So we'll get the pushback, best pushback to get us going now.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Tow is driving up.
Now wait for the tow to drive up, and then we'll get ourselves off the stand. Oops, make sure seatbelt sign's active as well. Probably important. Apart from that, everything else looks like it's ready for me to go. Cruising altitude, so that's to 37,000 on the pressurization there. Let's roll off. We are good to go. Here comes our tug. So there is music in the background, Topic Wizard. It's the Ryanair boarding music. This is a true style thing that Ryanair do with all their flights. Like I say, I do quite like the Ryanair boarding track. It's all royalty-free music, but I do quite like them.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Say what you want, Flight Sim. First of which, I make me look like an idiot, saying that my HDMI port's not plugged in properly when I've had a couple of years of training with this. Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey, go ahead.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey, looks like we've got a different ground controller now online. Your push and start is approved. Call for taxi on 121.73. Speak to you soon.
Roger that, different ground, we'll speak to them very shortly. Push start is still approved, and we'll contact ground on 121.730 for Ryanair 8 Whiskey. Talk to you soon.
Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Right, brake released.
starting pushback and you may start engines.
So who's this new ground controller for us? Ah, okay, I do know him. Right, off we go. So we're going to wait for the... Actually, no, we've already got the engine start clearance there. So one thing that PACX better pushback does different to better pushback. Sorry, better pushback and
Ladies and gentlemen,
the other one I use on Microsoft Flight Sim is that it gives you clearance straight away. So engine to ground. And now watching the end to wait for that to hit 18, and then we start the flow, the fuel flow. Also, I gotta love the precision with better pushback. It's a very accurate tool to get the aircraft into position. Pushback zoomer, that's the one. That's required to do a bit of guesswork while you're getting the aircraft pushed to. Engine 2 starts. I'm going to reset the RS switch there to the aircraft's position. Just now wait for engine 2 to reset, there we go. Engine 1 starts. Should be a much quicker process now that the engine 2 has warmed up.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake sets.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Engine 1 starts.
Easy 1265, Stansted ground hub, position for now, pass it behind.
Right, so pushback from stand. APU is switching off. Sorry, yeah, internet issue again. Right, cool. We'll do our quick control text. So switch over to the systems there. Check the elevators, ailerons, rudder, and spoilers. Very good. Right, I think we're now ready for taxi. Low flaps into the number 10 position, 10 degrees. Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey is ready to taxi.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey, you can taxi to holding point Romeo 1 via Delta, Hotel, and Romeo.
Taxi to holding point Romeo 1 via Delta, Hotel, and Romeo for Ryanair 8 Whiskey Whiskey. Right, brake released, and let's taxi to the runway. Taxi lights active. Alright, here we go. So it's a very simple taxi to Stansted. It's virtually the runway. Well, it's the runway in front of us. Holding point Romeo, so taking taxiway just in front of us, make a left, and then onto Romeo 1, which is the second taxiway, short of the departure paths there. So make a right. Make a left. And then take the second right onto Romeo 1.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey, sorry for all the delays and whatnot, but you can contact Tower 123805. Have a good flight.
Contact Tower on 123.805 Ryanair 8 Whiskey. Not a problem. We will see you soon. Bye bye. Shot on the winds, not particular. Well, up in the north there, like they're open some strong winds. Down south, kind of London area, not particularly. Winds have been quite calm down here. But certainly up north, the BBC Met Office certainly gave out a few weather warnings. And therefore, if you're up north, do keep an eye out. Right. Hello again, Stansted Tower. Ryanair 8 Whiskey holding short, Romeo 1, runway 22, ready to depart.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey, good evening again, sir. Surface winds 260 degrees at 8 knots, runway 22, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 22 for Ryanair 8 Whiskey. Right, and lights active, strobe lights active, increase the throttle. Cabin crew, seats for departure, please. Going to start the chrono. Yes, we're on the clock this time. Brakes to reject takeoff. Yep, good luck to gyro with his exam in Lima. So it rotates at 136 V1. Throttle 40. Engines 1-2 stable. Knots. 100 knots. V1. Rotates.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Degrees, flaps up 5.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey, squawk code Charlie, and report passing altitude 400.
Did. Hang on. Ryanair 8 Whiskey, passing through 1000. Flaps 2.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey, roger, identified. Passing 1,100 feet, contact London Control on 132.605, enjoy your flight to safety, take care, bye-bye.
Now Navinav active. Contact London Control on 132.605 for Ryanair 8 Whiskey. Thank you very much, take care, good night.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Flaps up. London Control. 132.605. Good evening, London Control. This is Ryanair 8 Whiskey passing through 3,500 inbound Sierra Echo 06.
Ryanair 8 Whiskey, good evening. Climb flight level 150.
Climb level 150 for Ryanair 8 Whiskey. Right, so up to flight level 150 for 3,000 feet. And you can leave the initial hold of 6,000. That's the departure path will give us. Go to legs page. We'll essentially that by flying direct to Charlie November, which is essentially a straight line path to our current position. Zoom out on the ND slightly. Not sure about Ryanair being locked down, Daniel. Not sure about an airline locking down after everything going on. Not that I've heard of, I must admit. Not that I've heard of. Right, so continue our climb out. Now passing it through 5,000. Flaps have been raised. Resets the ejector takeoff, also resets the gear.
Ryanair, correction, KLM 19998.
I must admit, there's definitely a bit of a low-level haze going on at the moment. The ground's not completely clear. So that's some fog cloud coverage going on down there, making full use of the enhanced Skyscapes add-on that X-Plane had to release a couple of months ago.
Tango Mike, over the ATC, Monitor Unicom 122.8, good evening.
So quickly set up the backlighting from here. Bit of main panel brightness, bit of flood lighting as well. And the upper screens, don't really need to set those, do we? Yeah, it'll be alright. 6,000 feet, stand down altimeter set.
1,000 to go.
At this point, we'll just stick
Ryanair 1 Tango Mike, no further ATC, Monitor Unicom 122.
Rats on top.
Good evening.
You can follow the flight when you proceed with descent.
4041 descent, flight level 230.
Descending flight level 230.
Whiskey, continue climb, flight level 370.
continue climb to flight level 370 for Ryanair 8 Whiskey. Right, so we have our full climb clearance now, so 370. Continue on, passing now through 9,000, and very shortly 10,000 feet. Well, we'll switch off the landing lights and increase speed over to 50 knots.
London Stansted, very good evening. You guys 2 for whiskey, flat level 200 in Boundless.
As far as the Unit Sky 2 for Whiskey, hello, expect Summit 1 Charlie, arrival landing runway 27.
Flights got to be fun tonight. Are those flights grounded? Flights aren't grounded as such, Fairlight. They're certainly running delays, but as far as I'm aware, nothing has been cancelled yet. Like I said, yeah, the weather's certainly stormy. Not something I personally want to fly myself, but they've not been cancelled yet.
Roger, proceeding direct Takeoff, you guys 2 for whiskey.
Pass through 10,000, passing through 11,000. At this point, I'm probably going to switch off seatbelt sign, since there's nothing particularly for us to passage back with. No times being reported at this point. It's a relatively short path ahead of us, so we'll allow passengers to roam around the cabin. Welcome to X-Space, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to chat, how are you today?
1365, hello, climb now, flight level 150. KLM 19998, turn left heading 020 degrees.
020 degrees,
Vulnerable Ryanair 77 flight from Takeoff inbound to Edinburgh. 2 go rounds to the to Glasgow. Interesting, I've not been on the Ryanair version yet. I've been on the Ryanair go around, I flew into Athens. About, May 2019, flew into Athens. There was a change of runway, so the last aircraft scheduled to land from the east, sorry, from the west. Came into short final, gust of winds pushed us off centre of the runway, and so we went around and then came from the east instead, which was more stable. So I've been on a Ryanair go around. I've not been on a Ryanair diversion. In fact, I've never been on a diversion. Got close to one back in October, I think it was, when I went to Alderney. But fortunately, we managed to avoid that. There was a fire report at the airport, and therefore the flight I was being used to have to almost divert to. So flying to Southampton, almost went to Bournemouth instead, but ultimately the issue was sorted, and we got permission to land into Southampton again. But yeah, made for an interesting diversion of sky up there. For some reason, everyone thinks Takeoff. You sure about that? As far as I'm concerned, it's Warsaw.
Continue flying flight level 370.
So in terms of ATC, what we've got at the moment, we are well within London control. As soon as we're over the channel into the North Sea, we do get away from ATC, and the last batch of flights will be away from any ATC control. Two inbound aircraft, Ryanair and myself, and there's an EasyJet behind us. They'll be arriving at a similar time as well. EasyJet's N38, not sure about that one, I must admit. In terms of ATC, yeah, decent coverage at Stansted. I got some decent coverage at London City, is that? Gosh, London City Ground and Tower. Never seen them on the line too often. You got Heathrow controls or Heathrow approach, Heathrow director even. Gatwick Tower online as well. So you got a fair bit of AT down in London at the moment. Interesting. It's an air corridor, isn't it? Sorry, yeah, Brussels and City. That's why City's so active. You've got an air corridor going at the moment. So at some point, we'll also need to start thinking about planning out approaching to Billund, given that our as per flight plan, so showing a runway 09 arrival on direct approach. There's no star, if I can tell. Let's have a look at the chart, see if there's anything that may appear on that. So open charts list, Billund, stars. Okay, so no stars at Billund. They have got ILS approaches for us to use, so we'll be sure to use that, Yankees and Zulus. Probably go for the Zulu approach there later on. This is something controlled without a mic issue. Cheers to that. Great fun. And that was a tower ground from CC there. Very good. Aircraft relax. Flying Boeing 737-800 tonight. Ryanair colours. I've had a fair few sensitive requests, Hasu, so I do hope to introduce a bit more X-Plane to mix things, do a bit more X-Plane streaming in the future. Tomorrow, we're going to redo the flights from London Heathrow to LAX, because, you know, I don't like unhappy endings, and so we'll definitely get that on the go, and hopefully with a more appropriate landing after long haul flights. And Sunday, flying London to Amsterdam return leg, in remembrance of Graham Wright. So now over the North Sea. We're going to see the coast of England for a little while on the left hand side, since we fly north at this point. We are now over the North Sea, passing through 20,000 feet, level 240, almost a cruising altitude, so we've got a little bit of climb left to do. Now, one thing I do adore about X-Plane and the systems this sim has, is that it has a proper VNAV set up with proper top of descent included. So there's no more guessing when we start sending our aircraft. It's all planned for us. You press one button and then the aircraft descends. Hi, jeszcze masz. Nice and dobro, Tomasz. Nice and dobro, dziękuję. Aty, jeszcze masz. You bought the A300 Lucas today, just because unique. It's a good aircraft there. You got from Indie Builds, very good developer. You'll enjoy it, dude. You'll enjoy it. Well, you can watch it, has to. It's still there. As of tomorrow, I'll remove it. But for now, it's still there.
Eurosky 276 after Jacko, expect the Lavno 1 Juliet transition.
Expect the Lavno 1 Juliet arrival.
We're there for 13 minutes, and 56 minutes on the clock before we do
Guys, 1 Charlie Kilo, expect Lavno 1 Juliet
land. So again, only a very short hop this one. It's nice to slowly get to fly things with Ryanair and 737s in the next plane. Passing it through very shortly, 26,000 feet, level 260.
Delta 1998 and wind is 300 degrees, 20 knots, gusting 35 knots, clear to land 33.
27 knots winds earlier at Nottingham, E190s, max is 20. Not us. So E190s max is 28 knots, been sent to Manchester after 2 go-rounds, 35 knots now. Sure as Ryanair make it though, anything safe fuel, who can blame them? If I don't remember correctly, when I was in Norway a couple of years ago, there was a storm which sent a few aircraft out of Stansted into Liverpool. The flight that I boarded, the previous flight, was from, I can't remember where it was, from somewhere to Stansted, but because of the bad weather, got diverted into Liverpool, because Liverpool was the nearest airport, stuff like that. So, flight diverted to Liverpool, and then from Liverpool, flew up to Oslo, where I was, and then from Oslo, flew down to Stansted and landed without any problems. So, I managed to get to the luck side of that. Now, I've since been close to a few diversions go-arounds, but for the most part, I've been pretty smooth sailing. We're about 40 miles an hour to top climb. Can I do Yorkshire accents? No, I can't. I've never even been to York. I actually have been to York, been to the National Museum. I've been there once. I've been through there a couple of times on train. I've only ever been to York once. I need to go to the Rail Museum there. Fans Oslo now, very nice ends, do enjoy it. Ah, clouds, weather's appeared. Ryanair 8 Whiskey, tuning com on 122.8, thank you very much, and good night.
Good night.
Right, now on Unicom. As far as I can tell, there's no more ATC for the rest of this flight. We may get on later on at Billund, but as far as I can tell, there's no ATC schedules to tune in later tonight. Yes, I will be getting Explain 12 when it releases Soviet Wizards. I do plan to get that as day one. Very excited for it, very excited. Like I said, I've always enjoyed Explain as a platform. And so, when this next edition comes out, definitely one I'll take a look at. I bought the CRJ550 and airhole to also collect it from Australia, fly back to Iceland, many tutorials on it, seem very helpful. Yeah, I'm glad to hear, dude. I'm glad you've found them helpful. I do enjoy it as well. CRJ is a very good aircraft he fights in 20. Aerosoft did a bad job with it, and like I said, definitely one of the best aircraft at the moment, so yeah, do enjoy it. So one negative default I explain weather is that it can be a bit jumpy at times. I could pick up, what's it called, Active Sky. I don't know, I just haven't for some reason. Apart from that though, the Enhanced Skyscapes add-on really transforms these clouds into something so much better. And again, only like $15, not exactly an expensive add-on either. Very cheap, does a great job, can't fault it. pass through 30,000 feet, flight level 300. Very shortly, we'll arrive at cruising altitude. Storm. I wouldn't say the storm's so much out this far into the North Sea, Manuel, but certainly in the north of England, there are a few storms at the moment. Storms, rain, you name it. But we were quite fortunate at Stansted. Clear skies for the most part. There was light rain reported, but nothing that Sim picked up on. So, yeah, they've done pretty well so far. Love Ryanair Globe crash spotter, same there. Got no complaints with this airline. Flying all over Europe with them. All over Europe. While I'm climbing, I might just up my Unicom as well for the arrival, so I'm expecting runway 09, direct approach via Galba. So inbound from the west, runway 09. I'm going to fly to the ILS Zulu. Can I do something temperature? I have done one with the PMDG a little while ago. If I had, I mean, for the most part, same thing applies. It's all the same aircrafts. At some point, if people really want an explained tutorial for the 737, either default or Zibomod, then something I could certainly look into doing at some point in the future. Facing London Stansted, bit late for that fair light. I've got a long haul tomorrow, 12 hours, so I'm sure I'm ready for that. No turn leg tonight, Joshua. No, just a single trip from London to Billund tonight. Brown clouds. That's just sunset for you, Dan. That's just sunset. Maybe slightly orangey hue there. While we're climbing the cruise, let's go through the passenger list. Let's see who's on board. So I've recreated the cabin layout to try and get as close to the Ryanair interior as possible. Took a bit of time. You have to edit the the internal layout text. It's a bit of practice, but overall I think that's done pretty well for it.
1,000 to go.
Let's see, is any passengers aboard? Let's see if there's anyone you recognise on this aircraft. It's a mix of Danish and English names, this. So far, nobody I personally recognise. Nope. Nobody that I personally know, I'm afraid. Not on this occasion. If you want to chat know someone, give us a shout and we'll take a look. Gust speed, well, currently looking at a tailwind of 26 knots, which isn't too bad. It's quite light compared to some flight conditions we've done in the past. But at the moment, not too bad. So Nottingham's closed, yeah, Aberdeen's closed, Nottingham's just closed. 4 hours and 5 minutes, gosh. It'd be interesting to see kind of what airports do and take the extra traffic tonight. We've just cruise now, so we're at flight level 370. We're set at altitude now into our top descent, so we slowly reach the third way into our trip. Top set marker, just over 160 miles away from us. If I head down to the progress page, and no top descent is in about 23 minutes. 23 minutes. Yeah, plenty of fuel on board for the landing later. Okay, we're crowded in there. Snack service. Hopefully you can get lottery tickets on this flight.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look at the back for our list of
What
complimentary
camera is it?
premium drinks are available for a small charge.
There it is.
If you wish to make an additional purchase, please note that we
absolutely adore flybycam. It's the one thing I miss from Microsoft Flight Sim. Flybycam. It's the best thing ever to exist. Just sounds the engines the aircraft whizzes past. I do miss it. So let cabin crew do their service. ETA showing about 1/4 past. So yeah, looking at about half an hour to landing. It's only a short flight this. Only a short little flights. Oh, sorry, is it Leeds? So what's East Midlands on? East Midlands Airport. Echo Golf. Ah, November X-ray. Sorry, you are right. You are right. London Chase Cam. You do adore looking at deliveries. Oh yeah, even Chase Cam. Be very careful though, because the mouse, you can see, does actually detect a few things. If I use the scroll wheel, I presume, as I'm on the emergency exits there, that'll open the emergency exits. And to the front door, you can see there's the front door, you can see it moves the mouse as well. So don't try and scroll wheel when your mouse is on top of the aircraft. You never know what you might end up causing. But hey, what can you say? Cats are pretty cool. You think, go on the skyscapes, I'm not sure if it's level or not. It's supposed to be weird to highlight around the aircraft from some view sometimes. It's not actually I've personally seen myself there, lights. So I'm using it right now at skyscapes, so I do quite like it. It's much better than default clouds, far better. But I don't know, I've not personally seen any highlights yet. You never know, maybe at some point something will pop up. If Microsoft Flight Sim bird strikes, then it'd be wonderful. I'm sure there is something you can set up with the Soviets in regards to bird strikes in Microsoft Flight Sim. I apologise. Yeah, it's like in the somewhere in settings, somewhere in the emergencies. I'm sure you can set something up. Might as well put on our arrival now. So there's no stars available. But we are using the ILS Zulu, was it? Runway 09. Yes, ILS Zulu 09. Let's get that. Head over to the on here. Set up the glide requirements. This is 109.75. 109.75. 109.75. Set and sets. Head over to course now. So the course runway is 084. Sets.
$1,000 to go.
Oops, a bit turbulence there. Slight altitude dip. Trying to figure out the VOR points for these airports. That will be is required, that's fine. I must admit, I can't actually spot on the charts TI STME. 55711. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Not a major problem. Cool, so that's all set up now. As soon as we start our descent, as soon as we pass 10,000, we'll be able to what do you call it? To be able to connect the localizer and get ourselves established for an approach. Top climb marker, no, it's working absolutely fine. Nix, we've already hit our top of climb, so not going to appear anymore. But that works no problem. Top of descent also now visible to us as well. Should work, no problems for us. Hashtag less than 77, I've just set out a PowerPoint. You set up the frequency on the lower nav pedestal, and you set up your course on the, so you set up your nav on the lower pedestal here, on the left hand right hand side. You can set up your course, the runway heading, on the glare shield there. And as soon as you pass through 10,000 feet, activate the OR localizer. No, ignore that. You activate, remember, see, it's been a while since I last flew to 1037, so it's all slowly coming back to me. Speaking of which, have I even activated the traffic radar? Yes, I have. You pass 10,000 feet, and actually I don't need to fly anything, because it's the, yeah, sorry, in Airbus you need to activate the diamonds, and this, it's all automatic. Nope, nothing you put on the flight management computer packs in Brex. Nothing on the FMS. It's all good odds. Twisted dials you need to set up manually. Welcome, Ryanair, how you doing? Channel, welcome to chat, how are you today? Nav database pay-aware. So I'm using NavGraph mic, which is a pay-aware option. I must admit, there's not really much in the way of freewares for nav data. It is possible to do your own, it is possible to compile it yourself. It's just a very long process that does take a little while to set up. It's not impossible. Yeah, you can already see it. It's already set the 109.75 frequency and 84 course. So as soon as the aircraft connects to the localizer, we'll be able to then make our approach in with that. I'm the pitch 2.8 degrees, so slightly higher pitch than I probably would normally do for cruise, but not terrible. Your angle attack indicator is well visible. In terms of scenery, we are currently just over the North Sea, and therefore not particularly much for us to look at. On our outside, we will be able to spot some of the Netherlands because of the haze and the way the sun backs us at the moment. Visibility, I'm afraid, not particularly. That's an all-time high. Yeah, you put about 9 eyes in that high there, Ryan, which picks up as spam. Just reaching halfway point now. We are 50% of the way there to Billund, so far so good. Aircraft's falling absolutely fine. Fuel flow's fine, speed's fine. Aircraft is looking good. Plenty of fuel on board again. Check the progress page, just confirm how much fuel will be on the arrival, which will be 3.2 tons of fuel left. Plenty. I guess look at the FPS, can't complain about that. 50% of the way there. Cruising flight level 370. top descent in about 80 miles. Just look up ahead. So again, there's no ATC at the moment at Billund. Inbound traffic, still the two of us, as myself and Ryan, an easy aircraft landing about 5 minutes after us. Again, here you see the massive traffic jam at London City. Good luck to you, A20neo, not capable of doing CC approaches. There's 3 18s on the way. It's just the one Neo that's broken that trend. Dash A, very nice. Dash A from Brussels. You Eurus guys, very nice. Departure out to Zurich from Brussels. They're in a A20 as well. Not bad, mixed departures tonight. We have 25 minutes till our arrival. It's about 10 minutes ahead schedule. Making good progress so far. The FMC is too much for you to handle, Zibo. Got to add the wind, temperature, and all those tidbits. I mean, it's a lot more manual than the Airbus FMS Trini. It's certainly more for you to do. I wouldn't say it's any more difficult than the Airbus. You've got to remember to add your you got to remember to add your speeds, your wind speeds. You've got to remember to add your throttle input and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it's all the same stuff. It's a very similar process. As long as your aircraft goes, that's the thing that matters. As long as your aircraft moves, you've done something right. Yes, looking good so far. Just the Orange. How are you doing? Well, channel, welcome to chats. Yes, 737. There's no 737 yet Microsoft Flight Sim, Ahmed. Not yet. Bar the one that shall not be named. So we've already plugged in our approach into... Well, plugged our approach actually, not our performance yet. Let's do that now then. So approach, performance. Use 30 degrees of flaps on the approach there. 148 will be our approach speed. 109.5 sets. You see that through connected to Billund. Course 84. There you go. Sorry. Ah, sorry, wrong airport. Yes, it's connected to another airport somewhere near us. Well, I can't remember whichever that was. I think it's gone now. 130 miles away. So the closer we get to Billund, that will eventually connect up and get ourselves closer. Zoom in slightly on the ND there, which is probably the wrong button for. It is not that one, it is that one. Okay. Three kilometre runway, 10,000 foot. Yeah, nice and simple. What's the maximum pitch you can... Hang on. Yeah, looking very good, Jess. Have you flown the A300? I've not, Trini. I haven't. Heard good things about it, but it's not an aircraft I've flown personally. Yes, tomorrow I'll be flying the Trip Keenan. Yeah, I don't see any reason why not to fly it. Might add an extra few minutes to the trip, but overall, should be pretty decent leg anyway. What's the maximum pitch you have during cruise? I'm not sure what the maximum is in the 737 Adam. At the moment, we're doing 2.8 degrees, which I'd say is... It's not really that high. This is 2.8 degrees. I'd have to check what the maximum degrees are. Again, more than 5. Now, what time? I'm expecting around 10:30, 11 AM. Tomorrow, Yavis, UK time. 10:30, 11 AM. 40 miles top of descent. That is 6 minutes. So if you look at the charts of the approach into Billund, there's no star charts. I'm going to show on the approach there. Intercept glide slope at 2,000 feet. Needs to be at 3,000 by Gelbar. From there, follow glide slope. Making the approach 50 foot into the runway. So we cats, yeah, we localised the south weather. So looking at a minimums of 640 feet. Yeah, that's fine for us. Cool. Might a bit of turbulence there. The seatbelt sign is a caution.
Gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fastest seatbelt sign.
Not sure, Keenan. Speak to Heavy Division. No idea. Do you have to set the misdirection also? Yes. So for the most part, I think that's pretty much set for us. Tell a light. This up. So yeah, it has been set for us. So runway 09, and then if we do need to go around, then the vector reset for 2,000 feet. We match our chart, so after the go around, makes left hand turn, vector rather than 093 at maximum 2,000 feet. So has it set up for us. Do need to go around. We've got routes in place. Turn off the seatbelt on now again, since turbulence has now passed. I don't just know, I don't have a gliding pilot's license. I have done gliding in the past, but I haven't got a license for it. What I prefer, Microsoft Flight Sim or X-Plane. I mean, for Microsoft Flight Sims, the visuals, for X-Plane, certainly the level of detail the aircrafts have in this platform. They're a lot more realistic to fly, they feel a lot better, a lot more systems that work. Certainly for flying, X-Plane's a better platform. Hound to landing, well, we've got a clock at the bottom there, 28 minutes. I can understand also as we go around, yes, there's a storm up in Scotland at the moment, as a result there's been a few diversions go arounds, but that's nothing to do with this flight today. We're flying to Denmark, to avoid all the storms. KLDG are doing the 800 for Microsoft Flight Sims working, and yes, there's no way they won't be doing an 800. As far as I'm aware, they plan to do the entire series, so 6, 7, 8 and 900s for Flight Sim. Resets the MCP altitude now down to 2,000. Going to announce on Unicorn that they are ready for our top of descents. And as soon as the top descent markets the airplane, resets the VNAV The aircraft will start its descent into Billund. Denmark, kind of visible. It's kind of it is a haze at the moment, but certainly on the horizon. I'm not too bad, Zainab. I'm not too bad. How are you doing? Go up channel, onto chats. Classics would be good. Classics will certainly be pretty good for flights in Captain Brex. The 200, I'd have a lot of time if I could. There you go, top descent. We are now leaving flight level 370. Might as well speak to passengers, haven't done that in a little while. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and updates from the flight deck. We've now just reached our top descents and expecting to land at Billund in about 25 minutes. If you need to use toilets, please make your way there now before we close the doors in a couple of minutes as we prepare the aircraft for our approach and landing into Billund. Once again, we're expecting an approach and land in about 25 minutes. Thank you. Highest cruise I've ever flown, probably 43,000 feet. That was back in FSX using the Premier 1A. Flight from Northolt to somewhere I can't remember. Yeah, that was back in FSX, so many years ago. So the PMDG 737 fare will not be it'll be a payaway aircraft. The price, as far as we have been told, is $139.99, $139.99. Plus, if you bought the NGXU, then you get $100 off the price of that one because you've already paid for the $100 previously. But price is sadly subject to change. But last time they told us the firm price, that was before the Microsoft items release. That was of $139.99. PACX. So the add-on I'm using for the PA there is called PACX. As a passenger crew experience. There's your full cabin, the green dots your passengers, white dots your cabin crew. There's your cabin behind us there. Not a bad add-on this, I do quite like it. It's very good for realistic passenger simulation there. So the cabin crew in there, last final check through the cabin, probably take some of the rubbish and that before ready to secure the aircraft for the last time. Not cheap, but certainly worth it. PMDG, certainly one of the best, if not the best, realism in flight sim, certainly in that of FSX and T3D, so we'll see. Yep, any aircraft guy. Any aircraft works in Microsoft Flight Sim, FSX, P3D, X-Plane. Virtually every sim as well it works with. As long as it has FSUIPC or XUIPC, fully compatible. Well, it's not really a discount Captain Brex, because essentially paying $100 to get $100 off, and that was only valid until New Year's 2020, so it's no longer valid. Promotion ended and it released. That promotion long over. D6 sold at $60. I mean, to be fair, D6 is only the most popular aircraft in the world, and as an initial release, it was there to kind of get the ball rolling, get some who may not be completely interested to give it a go. Pricing strategic, always has been, always will be. Time will tell. Let's say, as far as I'm aware, PMDG is certainly worth the price based on their previous products. So we'll see how it goes from there with upcoming releases. Passing through 24,000 platform 240. Not sure, Keenan. PMDG, they have done a few sales in the past. I mean, they're not known for their sales, but in the last 2 years they've done actually quite a fair few of them. How much? No idea. No idea. Going to activate seatbelt signs now. So passing about 36 for last time. Grab the meter for Billund. So looking at a QNH of 909, gosh. 9089, 10 knot wind, heading 090, so runway 9 is correct. VFR conditions currently at 3 degrees centigrade, so clear skies, just low pressure. Passing through 20,000. Yeah, starting with the Boeing yoke there, Fairlights from Thrustmaster. So I do adore Thrustmaster, their products very good indeed. I'm using the Thrustmaster Warthog myself. I'll pick it up, hopefully. It's not a cheap bit of kit, but for what it looks like, based on the reviews I've had so far, it's certainly worth it. Certainly worth it. Is there any option for fuel dumping or explain? Depends on the aircraft, Ahmed. The 737 doesn't have fuel dumping, so the answer is no. But bigger aircraft certainly do, yes. Welcome, Sapple, how are you doing? Welcome to Channel to Chat. How are you today? How are you? There we go. Land is now visible to us. So on the right hand side. Might have a bit turbulence there. Aircraft system trim for that. And very shortly, let's go through the ESA as well. At that point, we drop the flaps and just prepare the aircraft for the final. $14,000. Set the altimeter now to local, which was 989. Passing through 12,000, flight level 120. Very shortly, the aircraft now starts its slowdown. Okay, 250 knots by 10,000. Spoilers out, standard lights active. Cabin crew, 10 minutes landing, 10 minutes. Cabin crew, 10 minutes landing, 10 minutes. There we go, use the to get the aircraft down below 250 knots. 250 knots. Aircraft now continue descents. Can use flaps 1 to slow down that. Benefit flaps 1 in the Boeing is that it doesn't require you to be below well, in the Airbus, flaps 1 will set at about 230 knots, and 737 1 degree just gives you that edge over 250 knots. There we go. Doesn't now need to slow down too much beyond that. 20 miles to intercept. The airport? No, negative. I was going to say, airport in sight already. Gosh. Yeah, it's a bit further on, Just going to dim the cabin lights now for landing, so we will set that to takeoff landing. Just dims the cabin light a little bit. Makes it a little bit darker for the passengers. 2. That's 5. Gonna set the auto brake to 2. Spoilers armed. Don't think I'm gonna require them for the rest of the approach. We'll just arm them without any problem. 15 miles to intercept. Flight tomorrow, Dizzy. London Heathrow to LAX. This time, the happy ending version. Have I Blue Mobile Flight Sim? I have at times, Sapor. Never really sat down to do it, but I have thought about maybe looking at something at some points. Yes, RF Harris, I have got Discords. I have got the links that's in the description. If you know what happened, Stephen, watch the stream. It's still there. I'm going to go delete it. Flying the 787-10, does he? The 787-10, British Airways colours. Flaps 10. Using 25 flaps. Nope, 30 flaps for the approach there. 30 flaps, 148 approach speed. Flaps 147 now set. Next stream's Mod 2 stream, Tom. Hopefully Wednesday or Thursday. No, 2 don't fly to America as far as I'm aware. Flights in. Maybe there's a package holiday, but nothing that I'm aware of. Right, it's passing through 5,100 feet. Sorry, that's based on ground levels. 4,300 based on pressure. Just shows you a massive difference between local air pressure and standard air pressure. 4873. Right, 15 miles to go. There's the airport, runways and sights. Nearly there, very nearly there. What's the temperature moment to Billund? Current air temperature is 5 degrees centigrade. So actually, slightly warmer here than it was in London. London's at the moment reporting 3. The Stansted 0.3, so not particularly warm.
1,000 to go.
Thank you very much. In terms of inbound traffic, so there's the EasyJet behind us. They are 7 minutes to arrival. Currently at an altitude of 4,000 feet. So I did something a bit early. Those things. There's our right turn. BOI localizer. Now just waiting for the altitude to cross there. Gear down. Flaps 15. Flaps 25. There we go. There's the horizontal now. Diamonds lowering. Approach mode active. 8.3 miles. Flaps 30. Flaps landing sets. So 147 knots for holding for the approach. So far so good. Nice stable approach. Cabin crew, seats for landing please. Seats for landing. Right, gear down, 3 greens, flaps set, spoilers armed. Yeah. Yeah. There's no ATC, so we have announced our landing intentions. Cabin secure, pre-land checks complete. So I'm hoping to get myself the Boeing yoke at some point soon for thrust mile start, but until then, sticking to the good old stick. Right, I'm going to set the throttle up now, so auto throttle off. One thousand.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
So pilot deactivates. Control. Glass slope, so adjust for that.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Glass thrust set. Bit of a heavy touchdown there, must admit. Hey, I've done worse. 100 knots.
80 knots.
80 knots. Ryanair landing. 60 knots. Reverses cut. Well, welcome to Billund. We'll exit the runway on the left hand sides. We've landed 1 minute 14 to spare, so we have landed on time. Yeah, home of Lego.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Denmark. The local time is 7:24 p.m. and it's currently about 15 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft
And
comes
lights
to a
off.
stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to
Taxi
be
lights
cautious when
active.
opening the overhead
APU
bins. Items may have to be
starts.
during the flight. If this is your final destination, thank you for flying with us. and we hope
Make
you
sure to announce that we're clear of the runway. Transponder, we can also now turn off. Right, it's taxi to the stand. Should be a pretty simple process. Taxi is just ahead of us. The terminal even just ahead of us. And nowhere to see, so it'll be stand of choice. Couple of minutes, should be an EasyJet coming for its final. Yep, just there. It's got the lights flashing now. So they're right now in the process of starting to localise themselves. They're landing about 3 minutes. Make a right onto November. So we're on Kilo right now, takes away Kilo. Make a right onto November, and then stand wherever's in front of us. We'll take it and park. And 93% satisfaction, can't fault the flight really. Passengers have seemed to enjoy it. Half taxi lights now, so I'm going to blind any of the ground crew in the area. And this stand here, no jet bridge, nothing for us to connect to. Proper Ryanair stand this. So good, in fact. The end of the taxiway here is blocked by the ground cart, so that's probably as good as I'm going to get that. Parking brake sets. Switch the release the APU set, and engines off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Billund. Flight time today was around 1 hour and 13 minutes, with low temperature inside right now at a nice and cool 5 degrees centigrade. We thank you for flying Ryanair. We hope you enjoyed your trip for us today, and we hope to see us again in the very near future. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross check please. Right, so we've got a replay as well, so don't get anywhere just yet. Once to watch this back, we have got the replay to watch. Strobe lights off, anti-collision lights next time for now, I guess. Local lights can come on now since it is night time outside. Well, connect all the ground services now, so head over to cabin, bring the lights back on again. Go to ground services, set the chocks, connect the GPU, open the required doors, extends the air stairs, and all ground vehicles can now also move into position. So ground handling, show control, rear stairs, ready conveyor belts, they can drive up. We'll now activate the ground power units, turn off the APU bleed, and APU comes off. Here comes the inbound EasyJet. Let's have a look at their landing, shall we? I mean, in an Airbus, surely their landing will be a little smoother than mine. Well, a whole lot smoother, you'd hope. While that happens, I will end the flight on PACX and have a look at the flight reports from the passenger point of view. So FR5178, 737-800 from Stansted to Billund. Flight time an hour and 7 minutes. Planned departure 2014, flight 2216. Planned arrival 2324. We're at 2323. So depart a little bit late, arrived a little bit early. 169 passengers, satisfaction rate at 93%, and they're rated -344, so again a bit hefty there, but hey ho. Block time 122. There were no notable events. It was the most boring bog standard flights you could possibly get in Flight Sim. Overall, decent recommendations from the passengers. I'll drop the flight report in chat, so if we should look at it in more detail, feel free to do so via the link about to appear very shortly. And while that appears, let's have a look at the landing, shall we? Yes, probably use the old method where the aircraft just anchors to the ground, does it? Yeah, fair enough. Smooth landing. It's one of the one, what do you call it? It's one of the old style sim things. It's an old method that XPLane uses to get anchor aircraft to the ground, or not multiplayer networks. Both that sim and IVAO do it, but hey ho, smooth landing. Right. So passengers embarked. We're at stand. We're on ground power. APU should be switching off at least. Yes, it is. So all that leaves us to do now is to close all the doors. Because replay mode do not like the doors. Just disconnect from that, disconnect from that. Also turn off the RS, I'm going to hear the alarm. And yeah, let's listen to, so watch the replay, shall we? So I need to disconnect from IVAO. Thank you very much for the 80 at Stansted today. Stick ourselves a short final. And stick ourselves in the passenger point of view. So, first of all, got the right hand sides. It's night time approach, so don't take such from visibility, I'm afraid. It was a stable enough approach. Just the slightly hefty touchdown there. Short final need to work on. There you go. Approaching over the actual city of Billund itself. Touchdown. What can you say? What can you say? Let's have a look from the right hand side view now. Again, short final view of the airport slowly comes into play from the right hand sides. At this point we idle, flare up, ever so slightly heavy impact onto the ground there. Let's take ourselves on Runway View. That is this one. How Runway View works in the sim. Hang on, let's take ourselves a bit closer to the airport. Maybe we're just looking at another airport. Yeah, that's fair enough. Right. Ever so slight bounce. Ever so slight bounce. It's not the flattest runway in the world, I must admit. Not the flattest, but what can you say? What can you say? Let's take ourselves on a nose gear view. Short approach him. I'll take it. Firm but fair. I'll take it. So, yeah, that was the end of our flight today. London Stansted, here in Billund. Yeah, so if you enjoyed the flight, leave a like, do subscribe if you're already. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let's say the plan tomorrow is to then fly tomorrow in the 787-10 from Heathrow to LAX. That'll be a good 12-hour flight. And, yeah, so that brings us to the end of that. So, hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, do subscribe if you're already. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon for some more flights in action. Take care and have a good night. Bye bye.